Hi all, welcome to Diversified Finance. So it's another Sunday. So last week we had a pretty good session. We discussed a lot of altcoins, bitcoins, and we had a chat about the overall economy. And we looked at Dow Jones chart, and then we looked at gold and silver. So today there's another Sunday. I welcome you all. So these are the topics that we're going to discuss today. So we're going to start off with investor attitude. And under that, last week we discussed how to DCA buy, and this week we're gonna discuss how to DCA sell. So which is something important. And Samira would go through the ascending, descending symmetrical triangles, and let's go through gold and silver charts, Dow Jones, and at last we can look at Bitcoin price action, and then hot altcoins, like whether we're gonna buy them or we're gonna sell them or we're gonna hold. So okay, so topic number one, under investor attitude. Last week we discussed how to DCA buy. So today we're gonna discuss how to DCA sell. So DCA buying and DCA selling is very important. So let's say I'm going to go back to the same example from last week where we DCA bought XRP, and we DCA and DVA XRP, and today I'm going to refer to the same example, but the prices are changed. So we hypothetically we are thinking that the price has gone up. Now it's about to it's a time for us to take some profits. So before you sell any kind of asset, we need to find a reason. So it could be just because you want to take profits, or it could be you think the price is gone up too high, that's why you want to sell and take some money out. Or it could be like a parabolic top where you think like the price has gone into like overbought territory, and then you expect prices to come down a lot. Or maybe we have a bit of a feeling maybe we're going into like a bear market or so. So if that's the case, then you have a reason. First, you need to have a reason. So that's point number one. And point number two is we need to understand nobody can pick that extreme top. Say, for example, you bought XRP at say at $1.10 or under $1 or so. Let's say start pumping, like start going higher, like a bull trend, and you decided to take some profit. Let's say you sold some at $2, $3, and $4, and then let's say when you get to $4, let's say you sold 75% of what you've been holding as an investment for XRP. Then what happens even after? See, when you get to $3, you have sold 75%, but still it can keep on going up. It could go to 4, 5, and then you might sell your last investments, like let's say the other 25% at $4, $5 or so. But even after that, it could keep on going up, but we cannot do much, right? So all we do here, like we just invest some money at $1, or we buy XRP at $1, and when it goes higher, we sell and take some profit. So we are here to take some profit. But when you do that, we need to understand that we cannot pick the extreme top. Even if you look at the charts, even if you look at the RSI, it doesn't tell you like the exact top. It's kind of hard. You can refer to your Fibonacci tool. Still, no one knows when it's going to top out. So it's better to sell along the way. So there's two ways you can sell DCA and DVA. We're going to discuss later on. So that's reason number two. So nobody can pick the top. That's something we need to understand. Same like nobody can pick the bottom. It's same for when it goes up. So that's the point. Second point. The third point is you can do more research on technical and fundamentals, like just to justify your action. So if let's say, for example, XRP had recently had like a lawsuit with SEC. So during that time, we've seen the price has gone down a lot. So if you hear that kind of fundamentals, sometimes people might wanna sell like 50%, 25%, just in case, because there's like bad news that about to happen, like the bad, because of bad news, you might think that the price might go down. If that kind of a case, just to reduce risk, you could sell like in a portion of your investment just to mitigate risk. So you can do that. So that's by, you can get to know that by reading fundamentals, like get to know about fundamentals, news and stuff. Apart from that, technicals, yes, if you see the technicals and if you see RSI like really high, somewhere near 70, above 70, 18, 85 or so, then it's a good time to sell. So you decide, you have a reason to sell, and then you double check that with fundamentals and technicals, whether it's a good time to sell. So this is very important as well, because you don't want to sell most of your holdings like too early. Let's say you sell everything at $2 for XRP, you bought it around like $1 or so, and then next thing you see, it keeps on pumping up to like $5-6, and then it'll be like a worry. So just to avoid that, that's why we DCA sell, and it's better you get to know about technicals, like, or if you know someone who's good at technicals, you can just give them a call and get together and get an idea whether it's a good time to sell. So before you sell and before you buy, always you need to make sure that you do more research and find out if it's a good time to sell or buy. So the next one is, I've already discussed this. Price can still go up even after selling, so you can't do much. That's why we exactly not going to sell all, right? So even let's say XRP like pumps from like $1 to like $5-6. Even at you'll keep on selling, but even at $6, you still have at $5, even at $5 or $6, you still have maybe 25% XRP just in case the price pump further. So if the price goes to like $7, $8, $9, you still have some XRP just to sell, so you can get maximum return out of your investment. So that's why we're not going to sell everything halfway through. If that happens, it'll be a worry. So you might feel like, oh, I missed out because I sold most of my investment like too early. Okay, so let's look at how to DCA and DCA sell.
Can I ask a quick question, Lakan?
Yeah.
When you see fundamental news, like, is there any specific place you can get it or sign up, or what's the best way to get any fundamental news?
Yeah, so let's say for XRP, you have like Telegram groups. So you can just say, you got like 5-6 coins, like you're holding 5-6 coins. So these coins, they have their own communities for these coins, right? Coin holders. So they normally have their own Telegram chat. So the best place to be like, to join one of these Telegram groups where they specifically discuss about this coin. But having said that, you will hardly hear anything bad from this group, because most of the people are in there, they hold a lot of XRP. Like if you're in like an XRP Telegram group, a lot of these people, they hold a lot of XRP. They are always bullish, so they have a reason to be bullish. But if you want to know mostly positive fundamentals, you can join these Telegram groups, and if you have any questions, you can get an update from them. Or you can go on YouTube and research on YouTube regards to these coins. Sometimes you can join Twitter groups, like you can join on Twitter. I don't think they have groups. On Twitter, you can follow a few people, like that they specifically talks about these coins. So you probably get to know about news like a lot earlier than the other people. And for XRP, we've seen like just before this SEC news came out, some people sold it before that. So it looks like they had a bit of idea that this is going to happen. So they actually sold it a lot earlier than other people. So they probably got to know somehow. So it's not easy to do that, but this is a way you can get to know more about fundamentals by joining these Telegram groups. Is that good?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to the next point. So so here, this is how we're gonna DCA sell and DCA DVA, DCA and DVA. So let's say last week we discussed, we bought XRP under like $1 or so, around 92 cents. If someone's been DCAing, he just probably got XRP around 92 cents or so. If you refer to last week session, and let's say you're holding XRP for some time, let's say 6 months or a year or so, and then you see XRP price start like moving higher. So at $50, right? So now let's say you have 20,000 XRP, right? So you DCA buying for some time, and now you hold 20,000 XRP. So what you can do, you can sell 2,500 at $50, another 2,500 at $75, another 2,500 at $2, $2.25, $2.50, $2.75. So likewise, you can keep on selling at higher prices a similar amount of tokens. So we can say this is the DCA selling. Of course, we do like when the price goes up, so you'll see the price and the RSI is kind of going from low to high. So this is how you can DCA. So average price would be, once you say at 275, you sold say 15,000. So out of 20,000, you already sold 75,000. Sorry, 75%. And still, so the average price you sold would be around like $2.13. But let's not forget, you still have another 25% just in case. Let's say XRP keep on pumping towards like $3, $4, $5. You still have 5,000 XRP where you can sell 1,000 each at $3, $3.50, $4, $4.50 likewise. So you're not going to totally miss out. But having said that, let's say it goes up to $4 and you sold everything, and it could still pumping higher, but unfortunately that's the way it is, right? We are just here to make some money and then make some profit. As long as you get the most of it, I think that should be okay, because no one knows the extreme top, no one knows the extreme bottom. So DVA, dollar value average, is a little bit different to DCA, but here you don't need to worry too much. So if you want to DCA, you can actually have these orders on exchange, so you don't need to worry so much. So when let's say you are happy with the XRP holdings you have, you can send them to exchange, and then you can have these orders. You can place these orders, so there'll be no problem. Like you don't need to quickly log in and sell or anything like that, because you already have this orders placed on an exchange or some other exchange or on CoinSpot or something like that. So you can do that if you want. The dollar value average is something a little bit different to dollar cost average. But here what we do at the start, when XRP at $50, we gonna sell only 750 tokens, right? We tend to start like with smaller amount, and higher the price goes, like $1.75, 1,500, $2, 250, 225, 3,000. So higher the price goes, you aggressively start selling more on the top on the way up. So if you do that, say at 275, you'll probably be selling 4,500. So because you see RSI is going to like overbought territory, price is like has gone like parabolic. If you've seen that, here you can start selling a little bit extra on the top, and then you end up probably still like selling 15,750 out of 20,000 XRP you hold. And here the thing is, because you sold more at the top, your average price will be a lot higher. A lot higher means like probably 20 cents higher compared to DCA. So this is the only difference with when you compare DCA, DVA, but they both like really good strategies, like when you sell or buy. So in this case, your average price would be $2.33, the average price you sold your XRP. Yeah, even here, you say you still have a little bit of XRP just in case, because if the price keeps on going higher, you still have another 4,250 XRP just in case you can sell at the top. So this is how we can DCA sell and DVA sell. Any questions regards to this? If not, we can move on to the other topic.
So it's all depends which method you want to take it, right?
Yeah, that's true. So
Yeah.
see, someone wants, he can sell, say, if you look at the DCA, like say someone who DCA sell, someone can sell 2,500 tokens at $1.50, and the next one he can sell another 2,500 at $2 instead of 1,750. So it really depends on what you want to do. I mean, here the gap is like 25 cents, but you can increase it to like 50 cents. So 152, 250, 350 likewise. And then again, on the way down, like, so the good thing about DCAing and DCA sell is, let's say XRP topped out like $3, and then you can see it kind of like going down. On the way down, you can DCA sell as well. So let's say it goes up to like $4, and you kept on selling the rest of the XRP coins you had. So on the way down, let's say it dropped like $3.50, you can keep on selling a little bit at that time. And if it drops to like $3, you can sell a little bit at that time as well. So on the way up, you can sell, and then let's say it topped out, and on the way down, you can sell and get out of the market. And at that time, you probably be completely out of the market, and there's no worry because you already seen the top. But and then on the way down, you sold some as well. You just confirm it's the top, and then you got out at the end on the prices on the way down. So you can do that as well. So it really depends on how you wanna take profit out. Like, it could be here is like a 25%, 25 cents gap. You can increase to like $50 or whatever. Like if someone believes like XRP going to $10, yeah, you can just sell like 150 to 3, 4, 5, 6 likewise. So it really depends. But no one knows. So the thing is, we don't want to have like a smaller gap, like 10 cents gap, and then once it get to like $2.50, you probably sold out like everything. We don't want to do that either. So you have to always refer to RSI and Fibonacci levels. Then you will probably have like a better idea. Okay, whether it's a good time to sell, how much of a gap I need to have when I DCA sell and DVA sell. Okay, so I hope I answered the question. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So so the next topic is we're going to look at the technical charts. So Chamira is pretty good at this. So he's going to discuss and explain to us what is ascending, descending, symmetrical triangle and differences. Please, Chamira, take it away. Thank you. You can share the screen.
Yeah. If we all clear on the previous ones, we'll quickly jump on to the trading triangles. I'll quickly share my screen. I just put few points together, and
yeah, you can share now.
You probably need to grant me permission to share.
Yeah, I think that's done.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so when it comes to trading, we got like many different ways you can trade or do technical analysis to figure out which way the price action going to move and to take our decisions. And triangles is one of them. We got the wedges, triangles, tops, bottoms, all those scenarios. But today we're going to focus especially on the triangles. And out of that, these three triangles we see very commonly. And one is symmetric, the other one's ascending, and the next one's descending. Those are the three triangles we're going to talk about. And we're going to deep dive into each of them quickly. And before that, what are the main advantages of trading in triangles compared to some of the other methods? Triangles is pretty easy to identify and spot in a graph. Even when you're beginning, some of the triangles very easy to identify. And it actually gives clear objectives where we should put our targets to take profit, where to take put the stop loss if you're trading. That triangle kind of giving indications to those, so which gives us a really good base for start using, and a really good risk reward setup as well, because we actually analyze the trend and we work with the trend. And as I mentioned, the third one is easy to recognize by anyone. So because of those reasons, a lot of people try to use triangles. I personally prefer looking into triangles as well when trading where possible. So the first one we're going to talk about is the symmetrical triangle. Yeah, in this method, basically what happens is the market, the buyers and sellers. So whenever these graphs formed by the actions of buyers and sellers. So buyers trying to push the price down and get the stock or the crypto for cheaper price, as well as sellers trying to push the prices up. And the symmetrical triangle forms when buyers and sellers can't win over each other, and it goes on a horizontal scale for a few days. And there can be an overarching trend in a medium-term trend, and then suddenly there is a price competition happens and it goes sideways. And you can identify this symmetrical triangle by forming two different lines. From the top, there is a downtrend line we can identify, and from bottom, you can say the price getting into an uptrend. And it's more, we say it's identical, but in most scenarios, like it's close to identical, is a good enough indicator for us to identify it. And what happens is like this competition pushes the price up and down, and it keeps reducing where it goes. And at some point, it's going to break out of this triangle. And then it comes to our normal trading strategies to identify. What we usually say is you wait for a candle to start and close. If you can see here, we wait for the first candle outside the triangle to open and close outside, which confirms our trend. And then we can go from there. Then I'll talk about the limits, etc. after we discuss about all those. But this, basically the symmetrical triangle is when the price doesn't have a decision on which way to go, and after some battle, it just breaks out of the triangle. Any questions you guys got on the symmetrical triangles before we jump into the other one?
So usually you
go on.
Looking when you're looking at triangle, is it like a daily chart or weekly or 4 hourly? What you basically?
So I prefer usually in the daily chart, and the triangle in the books from memory it says like 20 to 30 days of price movement. They analyze in a triangle in the daily bars, but people use it in different ones. Sometimes we see it in the 4-hour charts as well. I personally don't prefer going into really small time scales because it doesn't really, it can be misleading as well, because there can be shorter, bigger sells and bigger buys can push things up and down in a small scale charts. If you're looking for a trend, usually daily is a really good indicator.
And you draw the line with the week, right? Not the actual.
Yeah, I prefer using the week as well, not just the body. Yeah. It gives as well. I think most people tend to go by the week. And some people say, yeah, week is misleading and you just go by the body, but a lot of people go by the week.
And one more thing, like it really depends on what you do, right? You could be like a trader and you trade, say, on hourly basis. Then you look at the hourly chart, right? And then if you're a trader, day trader, you look at the daily chart. So it depends on actually what you do, because we would see these kind of patterns in smaller time frames, like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and it pans out the same way it pans out on the daily and weekly charts, right? So we've seen that. Is that correct?
In that case, yeah, I think Lakal, in that case, you need to jump and close. This is more like scalping kind of strategy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because
so it's like
looking for very few pips, right? You're just going to take profit. You in and exit within few minutes. Then definitely you're not looking at macro trends.
Yeah. The thing is, if you see some pattern on a 4-hourly chart, after another 4 hours, it'll be done, finished, right? And it's not valid anymore. So
exactly,
if you're trading like in 4 hours, you quickly do a trade, and then within 1 hour or two, you take your profit out, and after 3-4 hours, that pattern is not valid anymore. So that's what I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think, most of our audience is here basically buy waiting for a swing and trade.
Yeah,
For them,
yeah.
I was just recommending the daily one. But if you, by all means, if you in the daily or day trading type of patterns, like you just scalp trading and then go to the small charts. But when you buy in a smaller chart, you don't really hold it until next day because then
exactly.
because you're totally missing the big picture.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's like 5 minutes start, you just sell or do whatever within 5 minutes, and you just get out, right? Because the next 10 minutes it'll be invalid.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's a really good point.
So if you are a long-term holder, it's better to look at daily chart then.
Yeah,
if you're holding long-term. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Our type of kind of trading, I think, because what we're trying to do is like we buy at the right point, then hold it and wait until a good time to sell, right? It can be days, it can be a couple of weeks. So if you're looking into a daily candles, like here, let's say the candles drawn in daily candles, 1 day candles, and the chart formed across like 20 to 30 days. And it's a really good indication that next couple of weeks, this trend going to be super valid. I mean, things can change. You can't predict. This is a good indicator to use for next couple of weeks for us to hold. Unless you're really into that one and look every hour.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Samir, could you please go back to the symmetrical chart, please? Yeah. So, like symmetrical chart, the possibility of it's breaking out towards upside, it's 50%, right? And is it like that, or 50-50? It might go up 50% or go down 50%?
Yeah. So it is, by theory, it is 50-50 because this market's not decided, right?
Yeah.
The sellers trying to push up, buyers trying to push it down, keep on going. The trend is not decided. But in practice, what I have seen mostly and what I prefer is like, let's say it's in a macro uptrend, in the medium term uptrend. And if it breaks out on top, is the preferred one.
Yeah.
But from here, you can go either way. You can go up or you can go down. And some people, I thought I might discuss this kind of things. I have to go through all these, but let's discuss here. It's easier.
Yeah.
So what some people do is like it's when it is getting closer and closer, some people actually put 2 limit orders, one buy and one sell. And one get picked up as soon as it breaks. You put it just above the triangle or just below the triangle. Some people take these like, yeah, I don't want to miss out. I do put 2 orders and one going to pick up and I cancel the other one. Because the symmetric triangle is like, it's really undecided.
Yeah.
But I think once it breaks upwards, it really confirms with the ongoing trend and you're more comfortable to hold.
Yeah.
Because before the triangle, let's say in this kind of one, before the triangle, it was going on a kind of an uptrend.
And it tends to continue the pattern, right? That uptrend.
Yeah, it's more comfortable, but it can go either direction and you can trade either direction as well.
Yeah.
So when you...
Sorry, go ahead.
So say, for example, if it breaks down, so we don't know how far it could go down. And so that based on you look previous resistance levels and put an order.
So yeah, how do you do is like, if you can see the base, what we call, I think let's jump onto this last one. This is easier, right? I thought we will discuss this last. So you got the base of a triangle and the apex of a triangle in all of them. So base is the first touch point of the triangle to the other trend line. Let's say from here to the other trend line is your base, right? So this is the height of your base. And if you see here the breakout point, first breakout point, and if you mark the height of the base from there to whichever, let's say break upwards, you from that trend line, you mark a similar size to the up. If it breaks down, you get the base and you identify how far it can go. So that's a really good profit target when you're setting up that. And in the same way, the stop loss as well. So the people do stop loss in different ways. If it is actually touching if it is breaking up, but before that it touches the base from the bottom trend line, you just put your stop loss little bit lower than, they say about 10 pips lower than the baseline. You put your stop loss, and then the measurement of the base above the trend line, if it breaks up, you put your profit taking levels. So that's how you kind of figure out which way, at what point you should take profit. But again, as Lakal mentioned earlier, you can get DCA. You take, let's say, 50% profit at the first target, and then you can put a Fibonacci retracement or something, like you can keep taking profits as it goes higher. Yeah. The first is to recover your capital and the decent amount of profits at the first target, and let the remainder, which is surplus, keep running.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Let's jump into the ascending triangle. So ascending triangle happens in an uptrend with a very strong horizontal resistance. With Bitcoin, we were talking about these numbers. Yeah, 62 is the resistance. As soon as it go above 62, it gets support. So we hit 62 few times, came down. So things like that. When in an uptrend, there is a strong resistance level, and when it hits the resistance, first it goes further down, but how far it goes down keeps on reducing, which in the other line, which creates an upward trend line, creates an ascending triangle. So ascending triangle, what happens, I think the most likely scenario is to actually break onto the top, break the resistance finally. What happens here is the sellers keep pushing and the buyers keep pushing to the other side. So this resistance level doesn't go up, but the gap is slowly closing and closing. And we expect at some point to break the resistance and go up. And similar to the symmetrical triangle, we get the first touch point in the base, we identify the height and set our targets. And here is the other scenario. So they put the stop loss just below the turning point before it going upward. So the last red candle is the last point, and then you put just little below that one as your stop loss when you're trading. So this is basically, you see this in a kind of an uptrend. When you're trying to hit a resistance, keep rejecting, again trying to hit the resistance, keep rejecting. This again can go in either direction as well. But once it breaks the resistance after a few hits, it gets really strong because it becomes a support afterwards, and you can comfortably go long from here. Yeah, the descending triangle is the opposite. You get a declining trend of price, but there is a strong resistance. Let's say we saw in Bitcoin 58 was holding really strong. Every time we hit 58, there's like a massive buy, keep pushing upwards. And once you have a strong resistance, it comes there, the price is cannot break it, it push further up, again comes back, it is the support, it goes up, but from top, it has a declining trend line and the gap keeps closing. That means the strength of the buyers reducing. The bulls cannot push further up anymore. It gaps getting closer and closer, and more likely it can break the support level and go down. And again, this is also, it can go either direction, but traders feel very comfortable when it breaks the support level and they put the shorts in, and you measure from the base of the triangle, get the height here, and you can identify where to put the buy orders, basically, because you put a sell order here, and where to close the order is based on the height of the triangle. and you put your stop loss based on the last touch point or the last turning point before it hits the support and breaks here. So that people believe that once it breaks here, it won't go and hit this top level if it's a confirmed trend. It may come back, and actually, as it says, it may come back and retest the support as a resistance, and it can go down. But if our stop loss is higher, it won't hit the stop loss. It turn back and keep traveling. And you can take profits as the first limit, and rest you can keep running until it gets more percentage.
And
so those are the
yeah, okay, yeah, go on. Yeah, when you finish, I'll ask the question.
Yeah, that's I think the main things we wanted to see. Sorry, I couldn't take the definitions here, just the basic points. Yeah.
But
so the price objective. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and so roughly like symmetrical triangle, you might continue the trend, but there's a 50-50 chance to either go up or down, right? And then the ascending triangle, there's a 70% probability to break towards the upside, 30% to the downside. Is that correct? And the other way around for the ascending triangle, 70% to go down, 30% to go up. Is that correct? Or
I've seen those figures. How I feel is like when it go up, which is what the 70% you say, it is we can more comfortably enter the trade.
Yeah.
Because once it breaks this continuing resistance, it may come and retest that, but it becomes a support, and usually we see 70% of the time it goes up. The bulls take over and price keep rising. Yeah, which is valid. I think it is more safer to enter a trade in that direction.
Yeah. Domingo, do you have a question?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask. So you asked the question.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as basis, what we see is like they say, at least 5 touches. You wait to confirm triangle, because you may see just this look like a triangle, but it hits 1, 2 and it breaks out. You don't have enough information to take a decision from a triangle. Yeah, there can be a lot of other factors, of course, but then you taking the decision based on other things and not the triangle. And once you put those lines, the apex need to be formed. And if there's no apex, it's more like a wedge compared to a triangle. And the breakout should be in, they say, last 1/3 of the triangle. If it breaks out, your trend is more confirmed. That means bulls and bears kept on fighting, and the gap got closer and closer. And then finally, in ascending triangles, bulls able to push beyond the resistance and go above after significant fight, which means we know that price fight continues on and it confirms our trend. Yeah, so those are the things I want to say, unless any other questions.
And it's never easy, right? And then you see bull traps and bear traps, right? Like
of course, that's the other thing.
As if it's going to break up, but then it like to reverse the trend and go back down. So these things are there. That's why we have stop loss and just to protect your capital, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what happens is, when you put this stop loss, so especially in the smaller time frame charts, like when I was scalping, like this is really obvious because your area is really slim and people can manipulate prices in the shorter time frame. That's the risk. If you go to like 5-minute charts, 15-minute charts, what happens is like your length is very shallow, and sometimes what people do is like trend continues, but bigger players, they actually drive it down to this stop, because people know this is the tradition. They put the stops here, everyone knows, right? They drive it here, touch that, liquidate them and go back again. So you need to be careful with that, and it's visible significantly in the smaller time frame charts.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole point is like, yeah, we look at looking at technical charts, it's, I think, far better than relying on fundamentals, right? Because fundamentals could always be bullish, but in shorter time frames, we don't know what's happening with the price. But still, having said that, there's no guarantees even at looking at, even if you look at technical charts, there are no guarantees, right? 100% going to break up. Like, there's nothing like that. It could go either way. So we are simply here fighting with our possibilities and probabilities, right? There's no certainties here. Is that correct?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. And that's why you shouldn't go all in. This is like, you can't religiously follow these ones. Like, this is again like observations and how people behave. This is how all these created. So we can't guarantee, because otherwise what happens is like all the bots based on this will buy everything, and then this price will not follow that, right? Some people have to go against this to actually price to go higher.
Yeah, I mean, so, everyone's going to make money, right? So someone has to lose money. So that's why either
exactly. So, the answer. Yeah, you should always keep your enough for you to place bets on these, as well as the strategies to come out without losing everything. And reconfirm what happens, because looking at the RSIs where it's there, right? Because sometimes we see in Bitcoin like RSI is like above 70, 80 and still bullish, right?
Yeah.
So it stays for days, if not weeks, like that. While pricing goes up, you should see few more indicators to confirm that, yeah, your trade's there, and whether we should actually exit earlier or we can hang there.
And also, like, when we see prices, like, price has gone parabolic, right? At that time, maybe for like, for a day, or maybe like, for a few hours, technical charts would not help, right? Because you see RSI at like 90, but the price is still pumping, right? So
exactly, yeah, especially with the Bitcoin, etc. Like we see it regularly.
Yeah.
So yeah, the charts are good, but again, that's kind of one step forward to take a informed decision.
Yeah, true.
Not like a sole decision maker.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a bot basically. Basically, you just give these equations and forget about it. You don't even have to look at these charts.
Yeah.
You really need to rely on this one equation.
Yeah. Dominda, do you have a question?
Yeah. Okay. So when you break the triangle, so you can safe to take the trade, or you have to wait till it comes and restate, or sometimes it could go straight away, right?
Yeah. So when in small time frames, what I followed, like, and I saw how successful people follow, is like you wait for one candle to start and close above the line to confirm that's there. Because sometimes it comes back and retest and go, and sometimes it doesn't come back at all.
You can refer to the.
Sometimes people wait to buy, right?
Yeah.
People wait for this confirmation, and people keep buying.
You can refer to number 6, Chamira. The page number 6 on this, so they can probably see it better. The retest, that's the retest there, right? Come back and retest.
Yeah. So you can wait for this, but it may or may not occur.
Yeah.
Right. But that's why if you put a stop loss further down, like in the turning point, you always save.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's these two strategies. I've seen both strategies being used, but a lot of the time people see that, yeah, if one candle open and close above that, they say, yeah, that's confirmed that we are bullish now, or we bearish now.
So again, if you're doing this on daily basis, then you will have looking at the daily chart, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. If not, any other questions? Like, we'll go into the other sessions, because we can then quickly go into the analysis of coins as well, but feel free to ask if there's anything.
Any questions, guys, regards to the charts? You can ask now. Okay, well, looks like it's all good. Okay, so let's go back to our topic. So let me just share this one now. Okay, so the next one is gold and silver. Okay, yeah, this is very important. So let's quickly look at that. So I had this Dow Jones chart right here. So we look at it later. Yeah, let's look at, yeah, so I mean, last week we discussed, we looked at the monthly chart. This is for gold. This is gold USD chart. So nothing has changed actually. Like there's like a bullish cup and.
So we can't see the chart.
Sorry, Laka,
Show something or
something else?
Sorry.
We still
sorry.
see the word button.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Let me just share it now. Okay, share. Okay, is it good now?
Yeah.
So last week we discussed this cup and handle pattern. So it's on monthly chart. So this is one month chart. So the one candle is 1 month. So this will take some time to pan out. So it's not like short term, like, it might take few months. So we can see the handle has already formed. So normally people are really bullish on gold right now because the central banks, they just did not stop. They kept on. They are still printing so much of money. So they're saying as a hedge against this money printing, people will go into gold and silver. So as you can see here, the RSI in July 2020, so last year, it just peaked somewhere near 83. So right now it dropped a bit, but it's still at like 50-50. So price could still come down a bit, little bit more. Or it might form another handle, another cup, like form another small cup like that before we see like, a price breakout. So the neckline would be, this is the neckline. Let me go back. It's not. Yeah. So this is the neckline, and then we might see that, like, in few months time. I mean, for the pattern, this handle it's good enough, but sometimes you might see it makes like another a cup, like, but still we call it like a cup and handle. And when we see this, or it could still break out from this area, or it could make another small cup like that. And if that happens, we might see a price target. I need to clone this. That's the depth. We clone the depth, and we just put it over here like that. So if it breaks out from here, we might see gold just push all the way up to like 2,700, which is like really bullish for gold price, because it's a $1 trillion market. It's not easy to push the price up like that. But yeah, it will be really bullish for it. And if you hold, let's say, if you have gold miners, silver miners, so it'll be bullish for the overall metal sector. Like, if you think about shares, like companies that mining, a lot of gold mining companies, silver mining companies, any commodity companies, right? That'll be really bullish if gold price goes up like that. So either we'll see a breakout from here if it forms another cup in, like, maybe few months, maybe like 5-6 months, or we might see a breakout from this area like that. But all depends on US dollar, Dixie. We will probably have a look at that as well. And as I always, like every single Sunday, I mention this. When you invest in your portfolio, you make sure you need to have something in physical. So everything, shares, Bitcoin, and all these, like on the internet. So if something goes wrong, like this could be a worst case scenario, you have no access to your online banking, and then you have no access to your Bitcoin, ComSec or shares or whatever. If that's the case, physical gold and physical silver will be like, really important. So in your portfolio, it's okay to allocate maybe 10%, 15% of your overall portfolio just for physical gold and silver, and you can buy them and then keep it in a locker because you don't want to keep it at home. So you can do that. So that's very important, like, because what has happened in the past few like years, right? People totally, especially the young crowd, they who are in cryptos at the moment, millennials, like in cryptos, they actually they did not know much about gold. So they start off with like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So they do not know much about gold, the importance of gold. So everybody's like, pushing themselves like, to these digital currencies, everything digital, like, even NFTs, like, all these are digital, right? But on a day when there's no internet, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen. Let's say this could be like a 1% chance it could happen. If it happens, right? You don't have anything, right? You don't have NFTs, you don't have cryptocurrencies, you don't have ATMs not working, online banking is not working. So in that kind of scenario, you just buy some physical gold and silver and then put it in a locker and forget it, right? Just a monetary insurance. If something crazy happens, some World War III or whatever, you have something always like, set aside for emergency. So as I mentioned every Sunday, gold and silver is very important. You can always also look at the gold versus silver chart. We had a look at it last week. Let me find out quickly. Yeah, it's right here. So this is the gold and silver chart. So this is the monthly chart. Again, if you see RSI somewhere over here and the price is going up so much, that's a good time to buy silver. And right now, it's a good time for you to buy. It's at monthly chart is at like 50. So either you can buy either gold or silver. That does not really matter. But if you see this monthly RSI goes closer to like 30, 40, then that's a good time for you to accumulate more gold. Because when you see last year it pumped to like 120. So when you see like higher prices on the gold silver ratio, that means against gold, silver is undervalued. But if you see prices low prices, like somewhere over here in 2011, it dropped to like 31. So that's when silver has gone up in value. So compared to silver, gold is undervalued. So this would be like a really good time for someone to accumulate. I know it happened like 10 years ago, but it might happen again. Even right now, it's not too bad. So even right now, it's not a bad time to go accumulate gold or silver, because it's like at a midpoint. This is a good place for you to buy gold. That's supposed to be a G. And here, it's a good time for you to buy silver. So this is gold and silver charts, very important. You can always, what normally people do when they see higher prices at for gold silver ratio, they convert their silver right here into gold, because compared to silver, gold is undervalued. So they sell silver and buy gold. And when the price goes down to these levels, what they do, they switch gold to silver, because compared to gold, silver is undervalued. So they just keep on swapping like that. Like, I mean, you probably do it like every 5 to 10 years or so. By doing so, you probably be able to like, increase your wealth, like, by just swapping them. Like, you don't need to like swap everything, like, portion of it, you can just swap to gold. And if you keep on doing that for like few decades, you end up having like, more gold and silver compared to just buying it and keeping it on a locker for a long time. Either way, this asset has like, over 5 to 10,000 years of history, right? So as you heard, like people say as good as gold. So there's like quotes like that. it's there for a reason, because it's like, people got a lot of history, like, and even if you want to sell like a silver coin on Gumtree, like people are not worried to buy it, because they are not worried, like because they know gold and silver you can always sell and you can always hold it as asset. So that's gold and silver. So let's quickly look at the next one, which is Dow Jones. Dow Jones. Yeah. So this is the monthly chart. Let me just go to weekly. Yeah. So I mean, economy-wise, things are not looking good. Like things are really bad. There's a lot of inflation, and then in China they have issues with the housing sector because of the Evergrande. They kept on missing their repayments. Unfortunately, I mean, economy is not looking good. But as we now know, right, there's no much of a correlation between the share market and the economy. So back in the day, you used to be, but right now, it doesn't look like it. Like the economy is so bad, inflation is so high, the financial system is kind of distorted because of this money printing, and so and the debt that they use, like to buy back assets, or the money printing that they've been doing there. Everything, it's a debt-based system, but still share market is keep on going higher. So we have to come to a conclusion. Maybe, I mean, we have to admit, like, the economy and the share market is not related anymore, because right now Dow Jones shouldn't be here, right? It should be down maybe 20-30% if it reflects what's happening in the real economy. But that's not happening because they can print money and then they can do share buybacks and push the price up. So that's what has happened. It just made another higher high. So which is good for Bitcoin. Like if you see the share market, S&P, Nasdaq keep on going higher, that's good for the Bitcoin actually. So Bitcoin will start pumping, and there's no reason for traders to sell their Bitcoin, like just because there's a financial meltdown on the share market. So we're not seeing that at the moment. So as you can see, it made another higher high. This is the daily chart. So yeah, so it just gone very far, like yeah. So this looks bullish, and it's kind of parabolic. And if you see here, the RSI has gone up to about 70. So there's still a bit of room to go higher. And as you can see here, we've seen it gone up to 76 sometimes. That's on a daily chart. Let's look at the weekly chart, RSI. Yeah, so still there's a bit of room. So it can keep on going higher, and we can see probably in 2013, it gone up to 77, right? So now it's at 67 right here. If you can see 67 here, right here in blue. It's at 67. So a lot of plenty of room to go higher, which is good for Bitcoin. It'll probably keep on going. It's just gone parabolic now if you look at the chart right now. But in the history, we've seen this kind of, but right now it's kind of like, overboard, but still there's a bit of room. And if you look at the Bollinger Bands, maybe, yeah, this is the Bollinger Band on weekly. Yeah, so this candle, I mean, on Monday we might see, tomorrow you might see like a bit of a sell-off because it's gone above the upper Bollinger Band. So when that happens, it's kind of like overbought. But RSI is not too bad. Like even if you see like a small correction next week or in few days, there's plenty of room for us to keep on going higher unless something unexpected happens, right? If you see like something crazy, like a tsunami or some pandemic or like some new variant or something, unless we see something like that, there's no reason for it to come back down. Other than that, just keep on going higher, which is good for Bitcoin. So that's Dow Jones. And daily chart, RSI is still has a lot of room to go up. So yeah, we'll keep on going higher. Like you might see corrections here and there, and even if it comes down, government going to back it up, like more share buybacks, and then they have the plunge protection team. If there's like a massive crash, they just come back and push the price up. So it's good if it keeps on going up. It's good for the Bitcoin price. Okay, so now do you guys have any questions regards to these charts, gold, silver, and Dow Jones? If not, we can look at Bitcoin price. Okay, let's look at have a look at the BTC chart. Okay, we just get rid of the Bollinger Bands. Yeah, so I mean, for the last few months, right? After it broke about 60K, it hasn't really done much. Like, it hasn't done much, like, you know, something significant. Like, we haven't seen like 10,000 price up or something. It just went up to 67, and then it's dropped back down to 57.80, and then since then it's just been consolidating. So this is not too bad. Our bull market support level is somewhere over here. This is the 200-day moving average, which is at 45,000. So it's pretty good. It's lot higher compared to 45,000. But what we've seen in the past, it probably might come back down to retest these levels. It can happen, but I'm not saying it's going to go to 45K. But given that there's a supply shortage, because it looks as if nobody's going to sell Bitcoin, nobody's going to dump Bitcoin right now. So that could be a reason what we have seen for the past few weeks or few months on low volume, right? It just kept on. Even right now here, you can see the volume has gone down, but price did not correct so much. So from here, you can see a clear decline in volume, but still the price has kept on going up. The reason nobody wants to sell right now, because if they feel like the Bitcoin is going to like 100K, 130, 120, why would you sell, right? So nobody's selling, I guess. So I got these two lines there. So as you can see, just retest, just hit this line and went back up, and then came back down to retest this line again. So there could be a probability. There's a probability that this might do that and then slowly come back down like this to retest like that, or like, you know, if it can consolidate for like until December, right? And the price might not do anything. Like it just probably like sit around like 60 to 62K. We've seen this like probably in 2018. It's just sitting at 6,000 for about like 3 months. Like it wasn't doing anything at all. So we've seen this Bitcoin, sometimes it does that. So it might either it just keep on going like sideways until it's hit this trend line right here, or we might see, if it's like a bigger correction, it might see come back down like that to about like 53, just like here. So you can see it just dropped like that. So we might see something like that, like a bit of a severe drop. I mean, not severe, like, you know, correction back down to 53, and it might hold around this area and then probably go back up. Either it does that, or it has to go above 65K, above 65 or above 63, 63 to 65K, and consolidate above these levels between 63 and 65, so that it can push it a lot higher, like, you know, to like 70 and then beyond all-time highs. So that's the Bitcoin price. Any questions you guys have?
If you draw, is it like any possibility that you can draw a triangle for like in daily basis and to see any pattern we can see?
Yeah, here there's a symmetrical triangle. So let's look at that one. Just get rid of these ones. So as you can see here, there we go. This is what we discussed today, right? Yeah. So we have a symmetrical triangle like that.
So looks like it could break out and go up, right?
Yeah. Here there's a higher probability for it to break up towards the upside. Yes, it can happen because the trend is coming from here, right? So it's a bull trend, bullish trend. And normally when we see a pattern like that, so there's a higher chance, higher probability that it will break. This is a symmetrical triangle. That's what Samira discussed today, as you can remember. So yeah, like, looks as if it's about to break out. So normally, if it goes all the way to the apex, and then there's not much strength like to push it up or down. But normally what happens, like, if you draw the triangle like that, when it gets to like 70%, like right here, that's the prime, like the best time for it to break up towards upside or towards downside. So it looks like we are right here. Who knows, maybe in few days, if Dow Jones not going to drop by like 5-10% or so, if it consolidates, then yeah, Bitcoin could just looks like it's just going to break out. And because given that it's just coming from below, like there's a bull trend, bullish pattern, there's a higher probability for it, even though it's a symmetrical triangle, as we discussed earlier. Symmetrical triangles, there's 50-50 chance for it to break out towards upside or downside. But given that we are coming from a bullish trend from here, there's higher probability for it to break higher. Maybe 70%, 65% chance to break up instead of breaking down, because it's coming from here.
And again, I saw somewhere that Bitcoin funding rate is too high, which is, again, it's going the other way around, right? If the funding rate is too high.
Yeah, that's regards to, yeah, this is from one of the YouTubers, right?
Yeah, because a lot of long positions been open, funding rate is too high, and then
so the thing is, if you see a lot of long positions, right, for exchanges, it's like they lick their lips because they can just manipulate the price down and they can liquidate all the longs and they can take the money. So that's what we've seen, this kind of manipulation happening even on Binance US. So yeah, that could be like an indicator, another indicator that you can always keep and look at. So we have like a better idea. If you see like too many longs, then either if that means like everybody's expecting for the price to go up. Say if you compare a short, if you see like massive longs, that means everybody's expecting for the price to go higher. In that kind of scenario, maybe it might go the other way because majority expect it to go higher. So it normally goes the other way. Sometimes that's what happens like in real world. And if you see like so many shorts, that means everybody expecting for price to go lower. In that case, it might go higher before it's coming down. So this thing can happen. And yeah, you can use like a funding rate as like another indicator. Apart from looking at MACD and RSI, you can, and fear and greed, you can have that indicator as well, like extra indicator, just to confirm the price action, whether it's going higher or lower. So this is the Bitcoin price chart. Any questions you guys have regards to Bitcoin?
Could break up within the next few days, possibly.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, it's a daily chart. Yeah, but man, it's really, I mean, how many days it's been consolidating, right? Since it broke, it's been so long, like, it's hard to tell what's happening, right? Either, I mean, even RSI is like somewhere near 50, it's like, it's like halfway. So you cannot say it's like either overbought or oversold. It's like midway. So but the trend is bullish, and everybody's bullish, I guess. Fear and greed is like around 70, still at greed levels. So let's see, like, I mean, this is what I believe, like, I mean, this is what I want to see. Might not happen. If we have like a correction back down to like 55 or 53, 55 or even 56, then at least, right, we know, okay, we got the correction we need. Now we can push it higher from here. But right now it's not doing anything, right? It's not going either up or down. So it's really 50-50. It's really undecided, indecision. We don't know what there's going on. So I'm pretty sure even if it break below from this symmetrical triangle, there will be a lot of people like waiting to buy back in. So I'm not seeing, because the market is like really bullish at the moment. Nobody's want to sell. Everybody's expecting higher Bitcoin prices. So we have to wait and see. But as I always say, I mean, in case if it drops below these levels, right? And let's not forget our bull market support band is somewhere near 45,000. So we've seen many times it breaks and it comes back to retest this 200-day moving average right here. Let me just change the color so we can see it better.
If that happened, all coins will be completely wiped out.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, so that's why it's a bit too risky getting into altcoins right now. But we can DCA. So this is the yellow line right here. So that's the 200-day moving average. So let's say it's a bull market support band, or you can look at the 20-week as well, somewhere near these levels. We can just quickly look at it. Yeah, so 21 week, this is the weekly chart, so we've got 21 here. So 20-week MA is somewhere near around 46, so which is quite like similar to 200-day moving average. So 45 to 46, sometimes we've seen in a bull market it comes back down to test 21-week moving average, 200-day moving average, which is somewhere near 45 to 46 level. So we might see, if we see the correction, I think that's better, like for the next 6 months. If we see like a correction in the next month or so, for the next 6 months we will see a lot higher prices. But right now there's too much, like there's over bullishness and there's not much bias at the same time. Like the people are just either, I think the whales are like some whales are probably on the sidelines waiting for Bitcoin price to come down. If we have like at least 10 to 20% correction, that'll be overall like it'll be good for the whole market. So then it has more room to push up higher. But in these levels, like it's really, we don't know what the hell is happening. Like it's not very. You cannot come to like a conclusion saying, oh yeah, it's gonna go up or down. Like it's like 50-50. So we have this question mark right now. So yeah, so bull band, yeah, we are far away from the bull market support band, which is like 40, which is not too bad. Yeah, so any questions you have? If not, we can look at the altcoins. Okay, let's look at the altcoins now. Let me go to Telegram. Let me share this so we can see, everybody can see it. Okay, so this is our Telegram chat. If you guys are not in there, you can I can send you the link. You can join this Telegram group. I'm pretty sure everybody's in there. Okay, so yeah, so I asked what kind of altcoins you guys want to look at. So if you guys have replied, yeah, Digibyte, Chainlink, Cardano. Yeah, okay. Shehan is not here, so we'll look at Cardano and Link and even Digibyte. Given that Asita is in the group, let's look at game credits quickly. Okay. What's the ticker for this, Asita? Game credits. Yeah, game BTC game. Okay. It's on Bittrex. Okay. So. All right. So let's go back to. Okay, you guys can see the chart now, right? Can you guys see the chart?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at game credit. So USDT. Yeah, daily chart. It's pretty obvious, right? I'm not getting in, so I'm not going to buy this because look at this. RSI hit like probably 77, right? Overbought, and now it's still at like 65, still overbought. So we might, and the MACD is kind of cooling off, as you can see here. See MACD, you can see like a light green bar, kind of like, you know, it's kind of like turning over the blue line. So I wouldn't even DCA at these levels. It's gone up. So the best time for someone to get in for this kind of a coin would have been like in this area. This would have been like a perfect area for someone to get in, right here. And yeah, it's like it dropped to 32, below 50. So it would have been like this area would have been perfect. And you can see there's a massive wick that dropped like to 0.77 cents. So it would have been like a perfect time. This candle right here, this one would have been like a perfect time. So 30th of September would have been like a good, perfect day for someone to get in. And even this all this time you could have DCA. Even this one is too high. It's too high. Too high. So can you see? I mean, it's a perfect example. You see RSI going up to these levels, and then let me just change the color, green or something. So it's a perfect example. As you can see here, RSI went up to like over 70, overbought. Price also went up there. And what happened after that? RSI just kept on going down, right? And also the prices kept on going down, just like that. This is when, remember from last week, I said DCA buy, price high to low, RSI high to low. This is exactly what it is. So this is RSI high, and this is RSI low right here. So this is like a really good time for someone to DCA this gram credits, this particular token, right? RSI here, price is high to low.
Is that the all-time high for that?
No, I don't think so. No.
No, it's years ago. I think it's.
Yeah, this is like an old coin. Yeah, you're right. I remember this one from 2017.
Yeah,
So I think
this is 4 years ago. They had $6.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, and I'm quite surprised it's still there. But yeah, look, you also double check the fundamentals, like why it's still here, because some coins, like normally after a bull and a bear market, some coins might not last, like because most of them could be like scams.
So the global position of a coin change over the time?
So say it again, please.
Global position of the coin change over a time, like the ranking or whatever it is?
Yeah, of course. Because I remember seeing the top 10 or top 20, top 50 that we've seen back in 2017. It's not even there. Like, it's totally gone, right? It just dropped below top 50, and now they're probably still, some of the coins just survived. I still remember XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, and the rest, like we had like some coins that we never seen like before. And I mean, and that's the same, like we probably done now. Let's say we are in a bull market and we go into like a bear market, and during the next bull market we'll see some coins that we never heard of. So that's the game we are in, right? So over time, if this coin there's not much potential for these coins to hang around. People just sell it like when it's higher and then take their profits and then walk away. If they have like really good fundamentals, and if they have a reason for them to survive for another 5-6 years, of course it'll be there. For example, XRP is a really good example. Ethereum is a good example. There are not many coins that I can mention except Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, that's still there. From NEO still there. It's not too bad. For example, EOS, like I remember it just pumped like 100x, and right now if you look at it, EOS at like maybe top, not even at top 100 or top 50 or whatever. So When you buy a coin, just look at the fundamentals. It's better to like, get an idea. It's hard to say, but it's better to get an idea of why this coin should survive. Is there a reason why it should survive for another couple of years? Like, unless if you just here just to make money, like, just like me, and then who cares? Like, when you see a really good coin and if you see like a correction, you buy it at that price. When the whole market pumps, even the scam coins will pump as well. Like, it happens like that because there's so much money coming into the market. The small coins, like, even top 500 will pump at the same time because there's so much money coming out of the market, and someone would go and buy, like, rank number 500 or rank number 2000, 3000. Someone would buy it. So because of that, it just price would probably go up. But it doesn't mean that it will survive for so many years and you should hold it for, like, 4 or 5 years, because once the price has gone up during a bull market, like a massive price surge, if you're not going to take profit out, like, you might not be able to get your initial investment back during a bear market, because we've seen 85% correction for these coins. I can give you an example. This is like a coin that we've seen before. So let's go to weekly chart. So it looks like they added this coin to Bittrex like recently, maybe, and I cannot find any. What is it? What is this? When was this? Yeah. So
I think it's exchange, no data. That's
yeah. So this exchange has no data. That's true. But I remember this coin. I remember buying and holding this coin. So I think I sold it to some other coin back in the day. So anyways, these coins tend to crash like 85%. So it's better you stick to first like top 100 or top 50, right? I mean, like, you can diversify, right? If you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, what else? Like, SLP, Cont. If you have like Link and these kind of coins, then maybe 5 to 10% you can allocate in, like, coins in top, like, beyond top 100. Like, coin rank number 237, you can have that as long as you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and like these solid coins, like, which coin that these coins that they have like a future, and then they have like a lot of credibility because they've been there for like maybe last 10 years or so, especially for Bitcoin and Ethereum for like 5-6 years, and even XRP and Link, like, pretty good fundamentals. Dot is really good. So unless if you just put like 50% of your money into this kind of a coin, you might not get what you need, like, so it's better part of the diversification, you add these coins rather than just putting like 30-40% of your initial investment into these coins. And even right now, it's not a good time to buy this coin, as we discussed.
There is another DeFi coin, if you don't mind looking at it. It's called NuCypher.
Okay, let's quickly look at what you guys put on the Telegram chat, and then we come back to this one. Okay, so give me a sec. Game credits, and what else we have? Did you say Chamira Meta? Did you say Meta?
Meta, yeah, Meta.
Okay, let's look at that.
I've been looking at that for a few days, still didn't get an entry.
Mm-hmm. Meta. It's antimatter, right? Is it?
Yeah, antimatter is the name. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
It's funny, the symbol is matter, but antimatter is.
Yeah, that's right. That's funny. Okay, let's look at antimatter. Oh, there's not much data, right? Recently.
Yeah, it's.
Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, but
I kept looking at the coin market cap for like a longer term data.
Yeah. Is this a ERC20 token?
I think it's Binance from memory.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we have seen like a bit of a pop right here, and then it's just consolidating since then.
Yeah. So that's when actually people started before that, people started talking about this, some push going to be happening. I missed that. Yeah.
So,
but in terms of price wise, if you're looking at 10 cents here.
Yeah, it's not a big, yeah, it's not a bigger pump. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So if it's a, let's go to coin market cap. Because if it's a Ethereum token, we can look at the price against ETH.
Let me see what it is, I think.
Let me just share the whole screen, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you guys can see this one, right? Coin market cap.
Yeah.
Okay, so antimatter or meta. Yeah.
So I was reading about the project, and it's like a pretty good platform they're creating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a ERC20 token actually.
Yeah.
So you can see the Ethereum address right there. So yeah, this one has more data maybe. Yeah, it has more data. Okay, so it used to be somewhere $5. So it dropped a lot. Yeah, so during April it just pumped, right? And then since then it's just gone down a lot. Maybe we can look at the Ethereum chart, right? Ethereum, let's try to add antimatter, matter / ETH. Do we have it?
No, it doesn't look.
No, it doesn't look like it.
In the exchanges, you don't have a lot of data yet.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to look at the technical charts, right? But yeah, these ones we can, whatever we can't find from the charts, we can get a bit of idea, like looking at the fundamentals. So let's go down here. What is antimatter? Let's click on this. So it's energy on chain and across DeFi. So it's from DeFi. Yeah, so Matter serves as a tool to facilitate platform management and increase utility in general. So that's what it does. To learn more about this project, check out our deep dive of antimatter. So it's a D5 token. So it's like partnered with like Uniswap or something. Option derivative. So yeah, it's a D5. So yeah, it's D5 coins are not too bad. Yeah, like if someone wants to trade, yes, then it's okay, right? I don't know whether you want to buy this and hold for like, maybe a few months or something like that. But given that we have other coins, like really good coins that are undervalued, maybe we can buy and hold for a quick trade, like swing trade, like buy this month, and then if you see this, yeah, if you see everybody start talking about this coin, yeah, of course it'll pump, because people start buying it. Yeah, so that's that. Let me just push this.
One question I had when buying and trading this Ethereum coins, because of the gas fees, like can't invest small amounts here, right?
I know, like especially for
you guys using or any.
I mean, especially for Ethereum, I know they charge a lot, but you can use BSC, right? Binance. Or normally, what I do if I want to transfer coins, I just normally what I do, I just switch it to XRP and send it. Like instead of like sending USDT or USDC on Ethereum, I just switch to XRP or Tron. I use Tron because it's really cheap. Or I've seen like another option, BSC, Binance chain, where you can. It's like I think Duminder just told me that he used. Is that right, Duminder? You just used Binance chain.
Yeah, Binance BSC 20 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
seems will keep us,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Comparing to
solution. Yeah.
compared to Ethereum is like $22.
Yeah.
Binance is like 80 cents. So
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of
So
price is that?
it's like a flat rate. So if you just say trying to buy like $50 worth of Ethereum and trying to like send it somewhere, you just lose 50%, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's bad. So as a solution, you can either convert it to a different coin and send it, or use like a different chain, finance chain or something.
What you said, Lakal, you change to XRP and send it?
Yeah, so this is something, let's say I want to send USDT from one exchange to another exchange, right?
Yeah.
If it's on the Ethereum layer, it's going to charge us a lot. And then let's say it's congested, the Ethereum layer is congested because of the price action or whatever. It'll take more time. In that kind of scenario, what I do, I just quickly, because I'm on the exchange, I just switch. I just use USDC to buy XRP and send XRP to the other exchange. And when I get the XRP from the other exchange, then I switch it back to USDT and buy whatever the coin I need. Because XRP fees are really low. It's like, man, you pay like a half a cent, or probably even less than that. Like less than like pennies. You pay like pennies for like transaction fees for XRP, and it's really quick. So that's what I normally do from exchange to exchange. But if you send in like a ERC20 token, yeah, then the BSC would be like option, I guess.
Okay, so in that case, if you convert that XRP, don't you pay like conversion charges and every time, like when you convert back to USDT?
Yeah, but like on an exchange, it's not much, right? I mean, like for Binance, you just pay like 0.001%. Like.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So
it doesn't take network fees when you just changing this, convert the coin.
Yeah, like when you convert, still on an exchange for Binance, I know it's like 0.001 to exchange, switch or whatever. And then for XRP to transact, it's like pennies. You just pay like pennies for transaction. So like worst case scenario, if I can't use Binance chain, then in that case, what I would do, I just switch to XRP and then send it, because XRP is like a bigger cap. Like I wouldn't see like massive correction all of a sudden unless you are really unlucky. Like it might take like less than a minute, and you could change it back to USDT. Like you can use that as an option. But when it comes to ERC20 tokens, yeah, we have this problem. Like we have to pay like flat fee, like 24.
Yeah,
But I remember like back in May when Bitcoin Ethereum price just shot up like crazy. Man, you cannot send anything. It's just totally congested, right? And then they're asking for like $100, $200, $300 to like send like maybe $400-500 worth of Ethereum. So it's quite low. So that's why they are scaling, I guess. So in the future, we probably can do more transactions, like and pay like very small fees. In that regard, Bitcoin is really cheap, right? You just pay like you can transfer like 1,000 Bitcoins for like, maybe, I haven't done it. I mean, I've seen the transaction, like 1,000 Bitcoins for like 0.000001 or something like that. So it's very cheap, like few Satoshis, or maybe like 1,000 Satoshis or something, which is like pennies. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, so the other one. XLM. Yeah, let's look at XLM.
So XLM and XRP is going in similar pattern, right?
Yeah, it goes up and down together, kind of like cousins, like so XRP is here. Yeah, so we've seen on a daily. This is a 4-hour chart. Okay, let's go to daily. Yeah, so yeah, there's a bit of a pattern I'm trying to broke out. So as you can see here, let's push this one up. Yeah, so there's a bit of a symmetrical triangle again, but I don't know, it looks as if like it's like a bull trap or something like that. So it just went up and came back down. I don't know whether you can't call it a retrace because it came back inside. Is that right, Chamira? It's not like a retrace because it broke up and then came back inside. So now it's back in the triangle. Yeah.
Yeah, straight away inside.
Inside, yeah. So this is a problem. So again, who knows? Maybe second attempt it might just shoot up because the trend is coming from. Yeah, this is again 50-50. It's a symmetrical triangle. Yeah. So yeah, the thing is, XRP for people who invested in XRP is really unlucky. You know, I mean, we look at Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the whole altcoin market compared to last bull market top. We can see it pumped a lot, but XRP is just still sitting there because of the issue that they have with SEC. So SEC is holding them back. I don't know. They're doing this for some reason to later pump it a lot higher. But I wouldn't mind having XRP in my portfolio, like just in case, because it's like got a lot of history, and then fundamentals are also looking good. So they're trying to, you know, that Swiss code that we use when we transfer money. So that's what they're looking at. Like, so it could be like a method for banks to transfer money from one bank to another bank in anywhere in the world. So it has a really good use case. It got very powerful people backing it. Yeah, so I'm not saying, yeah, we can, I'm pretty much okay to hold this coin, to be honest with you.
And one other thing I saw in the channels is there's something around November 11th. Do they have a conference or something? People said that it will be pumped until that time and then dumped. So probably something you can see as well. Okay. If it starts pumping, it probably shouldn't hold until after that date. I would say, like, should take some profit.
What's the date? November
11th. I'll try to find it again and say there is something related to XRP.
Yeah, if you find it, if you find it, kindly share it in the group so we can have a look at it. Yeah, that's why it's kind of, you know, it's 50-50 holding this coin. Like it has a lot of fundamentals, has a lot of history. But if SEC comes out and say it's a security, man, then it's not good. It's not a good thing for the future of this coin. It might dump back down again. So yeah, I think if you see, like, if we see again, it just go back up to retest these levels, which is like, you know, $2, or even if it goes about $2.50 or about $2. As Tamira said, it's not a bad idea to, like, you know, just take some profit just in case. Don't sell everything, just DCA sell a little bit and take some profit. At least take your initial investment so you're not worried. Yeah, so if there's like some kind of bad news gonna come out from SEC, man, that's it. That's just gonna affect the price. Okay, so let's look at the next coin. That's XRP. Oh, yeah, XLM. So hold on. So XLM is just it follows XRP. So, but still, yeah. So it's still down. Like, I mean, I want to see it above this. At least, yeah, there's a lot of resistance in this area. So I would like to see it is above this level, which is like 40 cents. So it's struggling. Like, maybe, yeah, next time we'll just probably 1, 2. Yeah, so it's sitting there. Maybe it'll shoot up. Yeah, there's enough. RSI is like around 50. So this is the daily chart. MACD, yeah, it's pointing, yeah, it's losing strength actually. So yeah, so this coin is not, we can buy and hold, but I would rather see it just breaks above 40 cents, come back and retest, and then we see, like, you know, higher highs, and we might see, like, you know, it just trying to go above all-time highs. But right now it's struggling. I want to see it above 40 cents and consolidate above 40 cents. But if you know Benjamin, he looked at this coin against Ethereum, and he's been holding XLM for some time, and then he all of a sudden had a look at this coin against Ethereum, and then realized this coin like kept on bleeding against Ethereum. Oh, you don't have that here? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, XLM Ethereum. On Bitfinex, you can buy that against ETH. You can use ETH to buy XLMs. So yeah, as you can see here, so this is he's making a really good point. He's saying what's the point of holding these coins if it keeps on bleeding against Ethereum? So as you can see here, it's just a clear trend down, downtrend, massive trend down. So this is his point. So I agree. Yeah. So let's say you put like $1,000 on 2018, end of 2018. $1,000, you bought $1,000 worth of Ethereum and $1,000 worth of XLM, right? This is XLM price against Ethereum. So since then, that $1,000 dropped against Ethereum. It dropped like 95%. So we can say, okay, this is like old days, like 2018. But even if you look at over here, these areas right here. So even we've seen from, say, let's say from here, last year, December, even from last year, December, you would have made more money by holding Ethereum than XLM. Still down 82%, man, against ETH. So he's making a really good point, saying why should I hold these coins if they keep on bleeding against Ethereum? And then I think recently he said 70% of his accumulation is going for Ethereum, 70%, and then he said he's accumulating DOT as well. So these coins just for some reason, maybe like maybe if you look at the RSI, maybe it's like so RSI is pretty much down to like 34, but we've seen it's just dip below 30 and even drop to like 15. So if it keeps on, if it's gonna repeat that, we might see it kept on, like it'll keep on bleed against Ethereum. So he's making a point, but still, who knows? Like if XRP pumps, like this coin might pump as well. So he's concerned about opportunity cost, right? So why should I invest $10,000 in XLM instead of like using that money to buy Ethereum, where we know, like especially in January, first quarter of any given year, like especially during a bull market, you've seen Ethereum just tend to pump a lot. So he's pushing himself like just to make sure that he has enough Ethereum before we go into the next year. So he's expecting a seasonal trend might happen. So yeah, but still, I just hold a little bit of XLM, like just in case if it pumps, like I can just sell and take some profit. So I don't know whether it's because of XRP, it just keeps on going down. So against Ethereum, right? But even if you look at the USDT chart against like XLM against USDT, still struggling to break 40 cents level. I mean, we might break, like I'm not saying it's not going to happen. Once it breaks above 40 cents and then comes back down, retest, and then consolidate about 60 cents, yeah, perfect. Then we might see higher prices. And right now it's too early, right? I mean, if you're buying it for long term, it's like it's in top 20, I guess, so it's an all right coin to have like a higher market cap. But let's wait and see. And what else? Hold on a sec. Let's have the other coins. Look at the other coins. XLM. ICP, right? Yeah, ICP. Let's look at ICP. internet. Yeah, it's on Binance. So let's look at that one quickly. And I guess BTC. Yeah, so it's like a new coin, but that's why there's so much data. Oh my god. Yeah, so this is a new coin. I remember it used to be like $500-600 or so, and now it just dropped so much. Yeah, so when it first came, I think it was like, I've seen it like, around $500, and now it dropped so much, dropped a lot. Yeah, dropped a lot, and the RSI is not too bad on the daily chart. Yeah, if you want to DCA, you can DCA, there's no problem, but let's see, yeah, so it has to break this level right here. So let's say around this level, breaks this level and go a bit higher. Oh, it's in black. Yeah, so it needs to break this level, and then let's go yellow. Yeah, so this yellow line, this resistance here, a little bit of support here, and then there's resistance over here as well. This like a range, I would say. Yeah, so probably between this area. Yeah, so this area needs to break above this area. Break above, and then break above, come back, retest, and consolidate above this, what is it, $57 or so. The thing is, you can DCA, start DCAing right now, but the thing is, these coins could, like, sometimes what would happen, it will probably try to retest, and then it'll reject, and it can come back down and then retest these levels. So then there's a bit of a problem of what I'm going to do right now. So if you want to DCA for long term, if you think this coin has a lot of fundamentals, and if you have enough Bitcoin, Ethereum in your portfolio, yeah, then you can DCA in, and if it drops, you can keep on DCAing if you think it's going to go higher. But again, let's look at the top 5 to 10 coins on coin market cap, top 5, top 10, and yeah, okay. So let's look at Cardano. So that's the news for that one. That's a quick update on ICP. Let's look at
Lakha.
Yeah.
You know the area you marked, that 57 area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you mark that? Is based on the how many resistance and support?
Yeah, you can see these candles. As you can see, okay, that's a good question actually. Yeah, so you can see, these lines come back weeks. It dropped to these levels, right? And here you can see a wick trying to go above and then got rejected, came back down. So that's where you look left, and then according to that, you just draw this line. You can draw these lines, and especially like this kind of area where you can see like it hold as support before, right? So for example, let me just, yeah, here you can see it just dropped below, hold this line as support, this one as support.
Yeah.
Came back up, support, back a lot, going back up higher, and then support, and then it broke down. And after that, now this support becomes resistance. So it's trying to go from, let me just pull it out. So now this range has become like a resistance. So support before, now it went below, and now it becomes resistant. Go up here, get rejected, come back down. Go up closer to it, get rejected, and go back up there, get rejected. So it has done like 3 times. Normally the 4th time it might break up depending on what Bitcoin does, and then come back down and retest and then go higher. Right? I mean, that's the most probable scenario that we've seen, in the past. Yes, sometimes it'll just break above, come back here and break support and go back down even lower. So this can happen as well. But then there's if you like trading or something, yeah, then you can trade it like that. But if you want a DCA, I would like to see it just breaks above like $57 and then consolidate above $57 before trying to break all-time highs. So you just go with the wick, and then if you can see how many times it came to like this area, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, that's how you figure out like this area is a support and a resistance. It act as a support and resistance for so long. Then you just draw it, and then you have a bit of a line. Okay, this is a support or resistance. Likewise. And let's look at Cardano, ADA. Yeah, so it's been consolidating for some time. Like Cardano, I mean, I think it's okay to DCA this one. DCA, right? I'm not asking anyone to go all in. Again, there's a bit of resistance right here around 230, 225 to 230 level. As you can see here, there's like a lot of resistance here. And also there's a lot of support around this area where we are right now. So from here, just look left. Yeah, so this area, there's a lot of support as well, as you can see. See, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 6 times it's just either acted as support or resistance. So resistance here, support over here, support over here, and resistance over here. So yeah, so this is like a really good area for some. I mean, if someone wants, you can DCA Cardano. And if you look at RSI, it's pretty low. So this is the perfect time. Like once you see RSI going above 70, forget it. Like there's no point talking about it because it's just going up. This is the time. I mean, see, for me, I wouldn't mind accumulating, DCAing Cardano right now. No financial advice, but I don't mind because you might see. I mean, again, still depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin drops back to 45,000 just to retest the bull band support, or it just drop like like maybe 10-20% correction, this could break this support. If it breaks that, then we have issues, we have problems. Then it could come back all the way back down to, as you can see, the nice support level right here, right in this area. Right, so 1, 2, 3. So this acted as resistance, like 1, 2, 3, broke through, 4, broke through, and yeah, support somewhere here. So yeah, either we can DCA around like 190. If it breaks here along the way, you can DCA back down to like 150. If that happens, if you see RSI drop back down to like oversold territory. And if you are really unlucky, right? If Bitcoin just go to like 45K, like a bigger correction, then $1. Your next level would be $1. So this is how I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, I guess. So like right here, you can see there's a near $1. We have a lot of support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, $1. It will be really hard to break $1. That's the thing. Like I mean, it's at $2 now. That's why like you can DC, and so is that good enough for Cardano? I wouldn't mind like DCAing. Like they might drop a little bit lower, but I still DCA, because if it's going to hold this as support, then it might come back and retest this 230 mark, and if it breaks above, then we might see all-time highs depending on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin goes to like 70, 80K, when it's consolidated around that area, probably next year we might see this Cardano just pump. Like, no, yeah, Cardano could easily go to like probably $4, $5, between 4 to 5, if this bull trend continues, right? So we're not too sure whether we are in a bull market because of Bitcoin. Yes, we have seen Ethereum at all-time highs, but if Bitcoin comes down, man, the party is over, right? So DCA, we can DCA a Cardano, and these are the support levels. And on the top, here there's a bit of resistance right here. Once it breaks 250, and then I think from there, like, you know, there's not much resistance after that. You know, it'll probably easily pump all the way to like $3 or so, and it'll probably go beyond that. That's the upside. Downside is these levels around here. It's right now you can DCA a little bit, like around $2, and if it breaks below this level 150, yeah, so 150, $1 if it comes below. But I have a feeling even if it breaks, right, as you can see here, just let me get rid of these ones. Let's get rid of this one. Yeah, so normally we have seen this is the daily, this is a 200-day moving average. So we've seen it come back to retest. See over here, it just went like way higher compared to 200-day moving average, and then it came back to retest. So it already retested the 200-day moving average right here. So in few maybe like a week or so, we might see 200-day come like that. Let me get the pen, brush, get the brush. So this one go like that, and then price will come back and stay on 200-day moving average, which is like there's a lot of support, and then it pump. It can happen. So that's why, like, you know, I mean, I just looked at the if it breaks this level, this support, yes, it could go to 150, but given that it has a lot of support about 200-day moving average, and it has done that many times, like, you know, before just it broke below and just shoot back up. So it might come back down to retest this one. There's not much of a gap, like in few weeks, like right now it's at what, dollar in yellow right here. If you look at over here, see 182. So 200-day moving average is at 182 right now. So another 20 cents up in a couple of weeks. So like, you know, maybe 10 days or so. This will be at like $1, like $2 or so. So then there's like a lot of support. That's where it's at right now. So DCA in Cardano is not a bad idea. I mean, compared to the coins that we looked at, this is the best one for me to DCA. That's what I would do. No financial advice. Dumita, do you have a question?
No, oh, good. So I think that was before.
Okay. So that's Cardano, and what else? Yeah, Quant. Oh yeah, I need to talk about this one. It has come down a lot, right? I mean, I've seen it like 320, but I just kept on DCing. I'm DCing it at the moment, so I'm not worried so much. Oh man, it's pumped. It pumped. There we go. So it dropped to 2 yesterday. It dropped to like 230. Like, you know, I mean, look at this Fibonacci. It's just like, you know, sitting right on these levels. Like, it's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I remember someone asked me, like, you know, it's a good time to buy Quant, and I said DCA. I said buy it at that time it was about $300, like 320 or something. When he asked me that question, I said DCA at like 295, 290, 280 likewise, and that's what exactly happened. I mean, you know, I just guessed. You know, I did not know that's going to happen, but we can DCA. So yeah, we just hit like 325 or something, and since then it dropped a lot, and then it hit like 235. Like, this is the daily chart. Yesterday it hit like 235. So yesterday would have been like a really good time for someone to pick some Quant. You know, it's like a really good time, but still a lot cheaper compared to the coin circulating supply and the max supply. Man, there's only 14 million out there, 14.5 million total supply, and the circulating supply is about like 20 million, so which is very less. So there'll be like a supply shortage. It is like if you see like a bigger pump, and when people are trying to buy this coin, there'll be no coins available on the exchanges. So this might just could pump like, in a massive way. As we can see here from these areas, like, it just pumped like, 400 from 180. So we might see something even bigger than that. So for QNT, yeah, and even there's a lot of there's a bit of support right here. I think we need to look at the 4-hour chart to look at the support. There's a reason why it did not go below 235, because if you look at the 4-hour chart, there's a bit of a, let me just go back. Yeah, it's just because of this here, right here. So if you look at the daily chart, you can see only one candle, but if you look at the, yeah, see right here, there's like few candles, like few 4-hour candles. If you look at the 1 hour, you can see it a lot better, I guess. Yeah, see right here, 235. So that's why it's I was just thinking why, like when I look at the daily chart, I did not know why it's happening, and then when I look at the 4-hour chart, I realized, I hope you can see it right here. See, it's like a similar candle, just when it broke this level, came back and retest 235 right there, and like, that's like a support, and that's exactly what it did today. So as you can see here, so yeah, it just came back down to this level, like this 235, and from it dips below this previous support, which is like previous support level, which is like 255, 260, dips below 235, went straight back up, and then resistance at 0.618. So that's why when we can look at the RSI as well. Yeah, so look at the RSI on daily chart. Let me just, yeah, so yeah, so there's a lot of support on, if you look at the RSI at 44.4, there's a lot of support. So it just did not go below this. As soon as it went below, that's where we seen like it dropped to like 235, and now it looks as if on the RSI, yeah, this level is acting as resistance. So I want to see just it breaks above this level, which is 45. It breaks above this and then hold it as support, and then we might see like higher prices for one. So see, like this is a perfect example that charts are working like, perfectly. Like, you can see it like, it's in front of your eyes. So and again, you can see this trend line as well. So this is like a powerful trend line, I guess. So it just, as soon as it broke below this yellow trend line, it came back down, and then it struggling to go back above this trend line. So if Con can probably go above this trend line and hold it as support, we are in that, back in that ascending triangle, like sort of ascending, maybe like a, not an ascending triangle. Yeah, then it has higher, if it gets back in that triangle, then it has like higher chance of breaking 334, and it'll do it like in a few days because of the less coin supply shortage that this coin has. Yeah, so that's Con. I was actually thinking of DCing this coin like around 260. I mean, I bought some at 260 as well, had some at 280 as well, had some at 290. So I just kept on DCing, like, that's exactly what we discussed last week. I want to buy around like 250, and then I transfer some money to Binance. Man, I haven't received that money yet. So yeah, I don't mind. Like, let's say, like, if you look at the 1 hour RSI, maybe it's like kind of too high. Yeah, so 1 hour RSI is kind of high. So maybe in few hours, when this RSI drop back down to like 50 or something, 45 or something, then we might see it just come back to retest these levels, maybe come back down to 250, 255, so now start accumulating as well. But if it breaks these levels, the next stop would be like 130, sorry, 235, 230 level. So hopefully might not happen. Yeah, it'll be like this area right here. The next support will be like somewhere near, yeah, 213. Oh, that'll be, yeah, that's pretty like way back down. Or maybe around this is support around somewhere over here, around 230, yeah. 235 to 225, there's support. Ah, yeah, that we just tested that. If it breaks that, yeah, next level would be like around like 200 or something. So it could go down, but it's a really good project. Fundamentals really good, and I love the fact that it has like less coins on the market. It has less coins than Bitcoin. So 21 million, it has like 14.5 million, and then that's the max supply, and circulating supply is about like 12 point something, 12 million, and that's like 83% of the max out of the max supply. So I don't mind like holding this coin and see what happens. Okay, so any other altcoins you have a look at? Yeah, so these coins, even Link still below. Link is not struggling to break 32, 34 level. Hasn't done much since then, so I think we have to wait and see. Okay, that's those are the altcoins. So we looked at few altcoins. What the altcoins that they asked me to look at on the Telegram chat. I think, yeah, we looked at all of them. Yeah. So next week we can look at the Digibyte and Chainlink. Cardano we already looked at. Okay, if do you guys have any questions regards to any altcoins?
No.
All right. Okay then. Another pretty good session, and thanks to Chamira for your time and discussing, explaining us about technical charts and triangles, and likewise. So guys, okay then, let's call it a day. And thanks for your time. Thanks for your input. So
Yeah, thank you so much, Fakal and Chamira. Yeah.
No worries. So I'll talk to you guys. Probably I'll see you guys next Sunday at the same time.
All right.
All
See
right.
you.
Thank you guys. Okay then. See you. Bye.